Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Well, today's high is going to be 77 and sunny. At least that's what they're saying. And there's no rain in sight for a few days. So I've been kind of down on out lately with this leg. Makes it hard to get anything done. So I've just been taking it easy, whether I want to or not. But it's very foggy out this morning. So my little friends here decided they needed to go out right in the middle of my coffee making video. So I will be right back. You gotta go out? Oh, now you don't have to go? Well, okay, I'll get back to the coffee then. So anyway, I haven't been getting much done at all lately, which is a little frustrating, to say the least, because I have a lot of things waiting for me. But I guess they'll have to just continue waiting. So let's give the coffee a taste. Cheers. Well, at least the coffee's good. So I haven't been sleeping too well lately. I like to sleep on my side, but lately with this leg I have to sleep on my back because I have to elevate the leg. So it's not the most comfortable position for me. So I've been waking up like very early, like at 3:30, 4 in the morning, which is pretty early for me. It's still dark, and then I try to go back to sleep, and it's a no-go. So I answer a lot of my comments during that time, because laying there and thinking about everything I have to do and I can't do is very frustrating. So that's what I've been doing lately, and then of course when I'm sitting in the chair with the heating pad on my leg, I fall asleep. So, oh well, I guess that's the way it's going to be until this resolves itself. So, all right, I'm going to drink my coffee, and I will meet you at the budget book. Breakfast time. I thought you had to go out. All right, guess not. Well, it's very cool and foggy this morning. It's about 7:30, and that is the moon. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. That is the moon. So the sun's not up yet, but the moon's out there, and it has like a blue haze around it. Doesn't show up on camera. Very weird. Yep, it's very foggy. All right, it's chilly too. I'm going back in. All right, here we are back at the budget book. So yesterday I didn't spend any money. So yay, the month's over with. I think I did pretty well. Today we're starting a new month, and I plan to carry on, although this month's expenses will be higher because I need to have my 2 dogs groomed, and that's about $50 a piece. And my grandson and my daughter both have birthdays this month in October. So anyway, I didn't spend for 29 days, and I spent 2 days. And those 2 days I spent was on food. It was on my monthly shopping haul. This was food for me, and this was Costco for my dogs. I did buy a few food items there too, but mainly for the dogs. So that is wrapping up September, and now it's time to start a new month. So we'll see how I do next month. I want to carry this on till the end of the year anyway, and probably past then too. I'll probably switch to more low spend at some point rather than no spend, because I do want to get my debt paid off and some of the repairs that I need to have done. So okay, I'll be back in a little bit, and we'll see what else is going on today. Good morning. Well, it's almost noon. Yeah, it's still morning. Well, I wanted to talk a little bit today about food shopping and what I found over the years. I used to shop once a week. I never had a meal plan that I bought food for. The way I like to shop is just to buy certain basics that I can make a lot of meals out of. So I have a list of things that I buy, and then of course I keep my stockpile. So as I use things, I replace them. That way I don't have to buy a lot of different things all at once. Now, one of the disadvantages, because I shop once a month, I'll tell you the pros and cons. One of the disadvantages is sometimes you miss out on sales unless you just go specifically for those sale items, which is also something that you can do. But if you only go in the store like once a month, sometimes you do miss out on those sales. You miss out on some of the reduced produce or things that, they want to get rid of. In the past, I've found that Mark's will mark down Impossible burgers to almost half price because they're just way too pricey anyway. But then when I went to the food bank, I have gotten Impossible burgers, and they were from Mark's. So I guess that's where they go if they can't sell them. So the advantage of going, for me, this is for me, the advantage for me to go once a month is that I don't do a lot of impulse buying when I'm in the grocery store. I have a list, not that I don't do some impulse buying when I'm there, that does happen, but not like if I went every week. So that's one advantage of shopping once a month. Another advantage of shopping once a month is, of course, you save money on gas because you're not going back and forth to the store. So that's an advantage. And I just tend to spend less money when I do that. I have a running grocery list that I keep for the month, and then that's what I shop from. Now, the advantage of going shopping once a week is, well, let me back up to shopping once a month before I move on. A disadvantage of shopping once a month is sometimes your produce gets a little bit old. You have to find ways to keep your produce. You either have to use it up, or you have to, well, sometimes you end up throwing it out. Or you have to find ways to keep the food longer. So I usually don't have a big problem with throwing things out. If something does go bad, like produce, it goes into my compost, so it does get a second life that way. So that's a disadvantage of shopping once a month. Your food isn't as fresh as when you shop once a week. Another thing about shopping once a month, let's say, oh, in this economy, maybe a reasonable amount, I don't know, since I don't shop once a week. Let's say a single person spends $50 a week in the store, which is $200 a month. Well, you can't get a whole lot for $50 a week if you go to the store every week. But you can get quite a bit of food for $200 when you go, and you get a bigger variety of food. If you think ahead a little bit and you know the basics that you buy, you already kind of know the kind of meals you like to make, the kind of meals that you keep on hand. So that is also an advantage of shopping once a month. You get a bigger variety of foods that you can mix and match. So really, for me, I find shopping once a month is better for me. Mainly for that main reason is that I get a much bigger variety of foods than if I shopped once a week and only spent $50. So anyway, that was my thoughts on shopping. Let me know in the comments below if you shop once a month, once a week, and how you manage to do that. So I like to keep my budget under $200, but there are times where I need more things than other times. So, but I think that's a reasonable amount to spend. But if I do a no spend, I do try to keep it under $200. Now that doesn't include my dog's food. That's not really in my food budget. That's kind of a different thing, because their food alone, if I took that amount out of my food budget, their dog food is about $40-ish, and their treats, I usually spend at least $30 on their treats, so we're talking close to $100 there just for the dogs. So that's why I keep those two things separate. And I like to try and keep my dog food budget around $75, but some of the treats that I get them are a little bit more expensive, and I like to give them a variety of treats too, not just the dry, milk bone kind of things. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that, and I don't know, I've come to realize, and this isn't the first time this has happened, I know when I broke my hip, I fell way behind on housekeeping chores, and that was like 5 years ago, and I don't think I've ever caught up. I mean, it took like forever to be able to do all the things that I wanted to do. That's fine now. I don't have a problem with my hip. But now I'm realizing with my leg acting up that I realize the need to really get on the stick and get busy with the downsizing. Because every time something like this happens, it sets me back. So I need to get to a point where I have limited hobbies, not as many as I have now, because a lot of them, or some of them, I don't even do anymore. And also less stuff to take care of, because if it takes me 20 minutes to, let's say, dust and vacuum a room, and I have, in this house, I have 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, and of course my downstairs where my grandson lives I don't clean down there, but you know, that's his job. But for just the rooms that I have up here, I have a living room, a dining room, and a kitchen. The dining room I don't use hardly ever. It's kind of my plant room. But eventually, if I can't do stairs anymore, which I'm hoping never happens, but I could make my dining room into my bedroom, which is kind of the plan I had in the back of my mind. But I'm realizing that dusting and vacuuming, all that stuff, if it takes 20 minutes to a half an hour for each room, it's going to take me at least 2.5, 3 hours to keep my house clean. So I'm trying to streamline that process so that maybe I can cut back to, 10, 15 minutes a day to clean a room. That way I can distribute it throughout the week so that really I'm not doing any more tasks longer than an hour. So anyway, that's my goal. But if you have a lot of stuff around like I do, which I loved it when I was younger and I was able to take care of it and it was no problem. But I'm finding that as these medical issues pop up as you get older, things change. And sometimes you just can't keep up with things. And I'm finding that phase of my life is beginning now. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about those two things, the shopping, the downsizing. So as soon as my leg heals up, I'm going to get right back into it. By then the garden should be even more shot than it is now. But right now I'm leaving a lot of the flowers, dead flowers and things out there for the birds because they like the seeds. So, and who knows, maybe they'll plant me a few flowers that pop up in the spring. So, okay, I'll be back in a little bit. All right, excuse me. Well, here's my brunch this morning. I actually sat down in my recliner chair with my little heating pad, and then I took a nice long nap since I didn't sleep well. Anyway, this morning I'm having another banana crepe that I put strawberry jam in. I love the combination of strawberries and bananas. Here is a fried egg from my daughter that was free, with cheese. That was vegan cheese that I got out of my freezer. 2 vegan sausages that I got out of the freezer, and the end of a Walmart bread instead of a bun. So using up what I have, and a relatively cheap meal. This was made out of leftover banana, and just trying to use up all my food. All right, so there is today's meal. October 1st. Wow. Goodbye to September. And the leaves are already starting to fall. I can see them out my window. Well, here is tonight's dinner. I cooked up some lentils. That took about 15-20 minutes, as many as you are going to eat. Now, I just wanted enough for 2 or 3 meals here. So I'm cooking it in my little pot. I use this thing all the time. And in here are some of the garden harvests. I have a potato in here, just a small one. I have some frozen mixed veggies. I have some chard from the garden and some tomatoes. So this looks really good. Oh boy, bark, bark, bark all day long. So anyway, I put some tomatoes in here. I think I already said that. And now I'm just going to let this cook until the potatoes and the veggies are cooked through. The lentils are almost cooked. I just left them a little bit crunchy, so they'll finish cooking as I finish the soup. So very inexpensive dinner. I put seasoning salt in there, some pepper, and some liquid smoke. Apparently Lizzie has a lot to say this evening. All right, there's tonight's dinner. Well, here I am back in my chair again with my little hot pad. This is one of those, I don't know if they fill them with rice or what, but you stick them in the microwave and then they heat up. I've had this for a lot of years. I have a plug-in heating pad too, but this one's quick and it stays warm for about 10 minutes. So that's good enough. Just got out of the shower, washed my hair. So this is kind of what I'm doing. I get up, I do a few things, maybe cook a little something, then I go do my heating pad on my leg, then I get back up and getting a little on the boring side, but I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos, but I'm watching them on my TV, so I really don't comment that often because I'm watching them on the TV. Sometimes I do if I connect my phone, but sometimes I just like to relax, you know, just mindlessly stare into the boob tube. Do they still call it that? I don't know. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Thanks for watching.